It's PMAC Movies, back here. It is Tuesday. It is March 5th, 2024. We got a heat wave here. It's like upper 70s today here where I am, and it's still winter. But then it's gonna drop in temperature. But I'm in shorts and a t-shirt. Nice to have this, and then it'll be back in the 30s and whatever. But I wanted to make a video today. It's rare that I make a video on a Tuesday in a work week, but I wanted to make a video today for a couple reasons. First, because I do have some items that I've purchased recently that I wanted to share. Secondly, to again announce this live stream on Saturday. This is a PMAC first ever live stream with another movie collector here on YouTube, and it is with Tony from Basement Blues. This is something that I never really thought that I would do it necessarily for a variety of reasons. Just kind of the way I think about things and the way I collect. But I find that Tony has the type of personality to probably be able to have a decent conversation with, and to be able to, be able to take things and to be able to have this conversation and to be able to, take a look at himself a little bit. Because the reality is I think a lot of movie collectors are like insecure as far as if you doubt what they're doing. If you say, are you sure you really want to spend that much money on that? Are you sure you want to pay that much for that? They're going to be pretty insecure. They might lash out in anger. They might say, how dare you question how I spend my money? Things like that. And I always question myself. So if somebody questions me, I've already thought through a lot of these questions. I've already thought through the reasons of, why do I buy this? I go over the pros and cons of my decisions, and I guess a lot of people don't do that. So when you ask somebody, why did you do this? Why did you buy this? Why do you like this? Why did you do this way? You shouldn't have a breakdown and go into defense mode. You should be able to discuss it and be able to talk it through and share why you do something, why you don't do something, why you chose to pass on something, buying something, why you chose to buy. You should be able to discuss these things as far as spending money. Do I spend money wisely? Taking a look at that. Are you sure you want to be spending this money and continue spending this money, this much money on things? I think those are all things that I ask within myself. So I'm very open to having that type of conversation with other people. And that's not what it's all going to be about. But that's just, I feel like movie collectors on here tend to be very insecure. If you question anything you do, you might be you're like a hater, or you're judgmental, you're negative. We should be able to take a look at the decisions we make, accept criticism as long as it's not, then there's aggressiveness, there's calling people names, there's being nasty. That's different. I'm talking about just questioning decisions in a respectful way, things like that. So, having a conversation about a variety of things, and I think it'll be interesting. I look forward to having the PMAC fans there, the Basement Blues fans there, and I think it's going to be more of focusing on, from my perspective, it's going to be more about focusing on some of the things that I want to talk about. It's not going to be like looking at focusing on the comments. It's going to be more of, you're going to be watching the conversation with me in Tone Zone, and we'll see as far as the comments, like who joins in, things like that. But it's going to be, I'm going to have a fair amount to talk about, I think. And it's going to be a good conversation. So be there Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It's going to be huge. let's take a look at PMax haul here. First, I am attempting to complete my Once Upon a Time season series collection. Season 5 and 6 have been, you know, I don't know if I've never seen them very cheap. So I had all the other ones, mind you. I had all the other ones with, I think, slips. I got on eBay Once Upon a Time, the complete 5th season of season 5 here. So no slipcover. I didn't think it would have a slipcover. But I was able to get this. I think it ended up being about 15, which was pretty good for it. I was looking at about 20 on eBay, and I'm talking 15 like there. I think there's like a small shipping fee, like a 99 cents or something, and plus tax. I think it ended up, after all those things, I ended up paying that much for it. And then season 6, which hasn't arrived, that ended up being a little bit over $20, but I mean, that's kind of what you got to do. So this was $15.10, which I thought was pretty good for it, because on Amazon I was looking at like 18 something plus tax, so it was going to be about 20 bucks. And you know, I think that gave me like a little bit more leeway to spend a little bit more on season 6, you know, because I still average, you know, less than 20 for them for each season. So glad to be able to get that. It's a very interesting show, at least the first season, which I have seen. But like, I do have the other ones. I got like season 3 here with the slipcover, you know, very affordably. 10 bucks at FYE there. I got the 4th season, which I think was an Amazon purchase. I got season 2 downstairs because I did watch a little bit of it recently. And then I did get on Amazon fairly recently this the final season here with slipcover, which I think I got a pretty good deal on it, maybe like 14, which was pretty good for that. So and I'm not too concerned about not getting the slipcover, quite frankly. Okay, so we'll put that out of the way and move on to some other stuff. First, a couple Amazon Warner Archive purchases. Woody Harrelson, Elizabeth Shue, Gina Gershon in Palmetto here. I got this a little bit ago. I mean, probably over a week ago, actually. Sounded like a pretty good, like, Florida noir, they say. 113 minutes. I thought for, you know, the price I paid, I thought it was a pretty good deal, which I believe was about $12-ish for that. So for Warner Archive. And then this one dropped to $8 yesterday. They've been getting these to me super fast. You know, I'll order it. Like, if I ordered a movie today, I would probably get it tomorrow. It's been super fast with this stuff. So Border Incident, $8, ordered it yesterday, got it today. I did have some courtesy credit to use, but I read that this was a good, really solid kind of, I think, considered a noir. But we'll see. We'll see. $8 I thought was just too good to pass up. It was actually on my list on Amazon. I was kind of looking at it, and I didn't think it would get a whole lot cheaper than that. This one I've had for a while. I don't know that I had it when I made my last haul video. It's possible that I included it, but I don't think so. Kind of wish I didn't get it, actually. It's the Beverly Hills Cop 4K trilogy, and this is a really deceptive set. So we have the slip box, which is a pretty, you know, nothing special. It's pretty thin. And then we have the movies in the separate 4K cases. So that's fine. Now it says 4K, Blu-ray, and digital code. So my plan was to get this. It'll have the 4K and the Blu-ray, sell my Blu-ray set that I have. But now this actually doesn't have, this only has one, the first movie on Blu-ray, the other two on 4K only. So it's very deceptive to say 4K, Blu-ray, and digital code. Also, there's an issue with the third movie where the digital code is redeeming for the first movie. So just some things with this set that are not good. Paramount did a poor job as far as those things that I just mentioned. I think it's disappointing. So I don't like having the 4K only of movies because like I've said before, Blu-ray players are going to be a lot easier to come by. Yes, if you have a 4K player, you're going to want you're going to use the 4K disc. But like I said, the Blu-ray player, these players, 4K players are going to be hard to find. What if you have a couple of 4K players and they both shit the bed and you can't find another one years and years down the road? Layla's hanging out outside. Let's take a look, see. She's just standing up out there. Okay. Did I get anything else on Amazon, you may ask? And the answer is yes, actually. I did. I got a movie that I did not need. I already have the Criterion of it. I already have the Blu-ray of it. It is a movie, a horror movie. I've only watched it once, but I really highly regard it. And for me, I think it's a really good one. Let me grab these. They're right visible. So I can grab these. No, I figure I'm not going to keep all these copies. I don't need them all. I don't want them all. But what we have is, and part of the reason I got this, I think it was $12.99, plus tax. Tax ends up being about $1. I figured it still had the slipcover, and who knows how long Rosemary's Baby is going to come with the slipcover, which, if they sent it in a box, it would have been great. And it's still in pretty good shape other than this right here, this baby right here, unfortunately. But a nice, at least like the gloss of it, I'm not super sure about the artwork, but the gloss on it is pretty cool. The way it looks there with like the silver on top is pretty neat. But I do have the Criterion collection of Rosemary's Baby, which is it's been out of print for I don't even know how long. And this is still considered the best set, I believe, for Rosemary's Baby. I'm not sure as far as the transfer. There's some differences between this transfer and the Blu-ray transfer, which I also have. I actually got this one intending to sell this out of print one, but I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do at this point. I obviously don't need this one when I have this one, because this is a combo pack with this disc in it and the 4K. So this one can definitely go. So if you're interested in buying Rosemary's Baby on Blu-ray, it's here, baby. Rosemary's Baby, in condition. And then, so these two. So I actually put these on the shelf now. And this will go to the sales bin. This one's going to very fantastic horror movie. Also, Amazon was having like a little Paramount sale, and I decided to go ahead and get Scream 6, which this is another one, which unfortunately is the 4K disc only. No Blu-ray in this. I really don't like that, as I just said. This movie was okay, nothing great. I think I watched it on like Paramount Plus, and I believe I now have all the Scream movies, with most of them on 4K. I'm not sure if I'm missing any that are on 4K, but I don't have them. Are they all on 4K? I don't even know. I have the first 3 in the set. Actually, I have the first one twice, I think, because I have it in 2 sets. And I have the one previous to this I have on 4K. Is Scream 4? Does that even have a 4K? I don't know. I think that's the only other one. And I don't have it on 4K. Not sure if it has a 4K. I don't recall seeing it, but I don't know. Okay. I think Oh, there's another one from Amazon, actually. This one I already have, the slipcover edition. This went down to only $5.99, so I got the steelbook of Howl's Moving Castle. I don't know why that spine slashes are such a thing for steelbooks, but this does have like a line there. It's not horrible, but yeah, it's definitely there. But for $5.99, I didn't even complain. I mean, I don't see any dents on it or anything, but never seen this one. So this is another one where I gotta, sell. I'm pretty sure I have the slipcover edition of this, which should be right behind me somewhere here with the H's. I'm pretty sure I have this, unless it's only the Blu-ray that I have. But I was pretty confident that I have that I have the Blu-ray and not only the DVD of it. I'm not sure if I said that right, but there's that one. So the only reason I got that was because it dropped down so cheap to $5.99. Thought that was a good deal for the steelbook. Then we got the Criterion sale. I got a few. We'll save that for last, but right now we're going to take a look at Groove. Groove had their like Valentine sale where a bunch of like Warner Brothers movies that are usually like $12 drop down to 10. Some things that just you don't really see real cheap. I kind of wonder if these movies might get like a better edition down the road from like a Shout Factory. It's definitely possible. I'm kind of surprised sometimes the stuff they release, but some of these companies. But I did decide to grab a few anyway. For $8 each, I thought it was pretty good. Kind of movies that you'd always see on DVD at like a thrift store. But so the Blu-rays, you don't necessarily see super cheap. So these are no longer $10, by the way. They went back up to $12. But I got the American President here with Michael Douglas. Enjoy some Michael Douglas. This also has Michael J. Fox. I don't think I've ever seen this movie. Maybe parts of it. Then we got Michael Douglas again in A Perfect Murder here. We got Viggo Mortensen. We got Gwyneth Paltrow. I'm pretty sure I have seen this movie in its entirety, but it's been quite a while. And then a movie that, again, I might have seen portions of it. It is Dave here with, what is his name? Kevin Kline and Sigourney Weaver. So I grabbed all those for $8 each. And then I like to put a decent size order together so I get a box. Got 6 items, still a freaking bubble mailer. And there it did cause not a ton of damage, but it caused some damage. Which if these were in a box, they would have been very close to mint. So I did find 3 for 10, or 3 for 30, $10 each, minus the 20%, so $8. I found 3 that I did want to get. Firstly, one that not in the greatest shape. Actually, the case is completely cracked in the front. Not completely, but a portion of it is. It is Peninsula here on 4K Blu-ray combo. You can see it got beat up right there, probably because it's not properly protected and how they ship it. And then you can see the crack right here. Yeah, that's the crack right there. So it's still staying together fine, but it is cracked pretty decent. Peninsula. And then now this is a movie that I didn't really need it on 4K. It did say there was from reviews it was a pretty decent upgrade, it sounded like. But I figured if I can get the slipcover for it, so the slipcover is only going to last so long, and for $8 for the slipcover copy, and I did get a slipcover. My gamble paid off. It is Animal House on 4K Blu-ray combo. I believe I do have this on Blu-ray with, a nice, Universal had, pretty nice slipcover back then, too. But here again, because of it being in a bubble mailer, we got some damage along the top. Not horrible, But if it was in a box, I'm pretty confident that this would not have happened. Look at that right there. And then there's some over there. And then the corners got it too. So, you know, that's from it not being in a box and not being properly protected. And then a movie that unfortunately I just bought the Blu-ray of this right after I bought the Blu-ray. I think it was right after. It could have been before, but I'm pretty sure I would have waited if I saw it was getting a 4K. From Well Go, it is The Wailing here with slipcover again, which I think the slipcover is pretty nice with how it's, you know, the top of it. Again, now this is pretty good condition, but you do got some of the corner wear there. You got some little dings in it because of it not being shipped in a box. And I mean, this is just, they're really just, a lot of it is getting people accustomed to that. So I mean, I'm not gonna complain. It's just, are you gonna complain about every little ding? I mean, I probably should, but they're getting people accustomed to it, so they just accept it. Unfortunately. Up next, we do have, this is the main event here. We got the Criterion Collection sale. I haven't participated in the Criterion Collection sale, and it looks like I must have participated in it before I went to Australia the second time. Maybe before the first time, I don't know. So like 10 years ago, over 10 years ago. So I was looking, and there was one thing in particular that I definitely wanted, but you got to spend $75 to get free shipping. I just wasn't sure if there was anything else. I can't remember how. I think I was gonna buy these. Like, I was gonna buy these, and then yeah, I was, because I was going to make an account. I was like, oh, I gotta make. Oh, maybe I have an account. Maybe I have bought stuff on here before. So I put in like my usual email address, my usual password, and it logged me in, and I had a $10 credit, I think from something that happened years ago, where maybe there was an issue with some sort of issue like with the cases or something. So I had a $10 credit on there, so I forgot that I even had an account. So that was pretty cool that I was able to sign in and not have to make an account and then see I have $10. So that was nice. But the main one that I wanted was this Asian 2-pack here, Johnny To movies. We got the Heroic Trio and Executioners here on 4K Blu-ray combo pack, which Criterion is right up there with Scratch Factory, is one of the absolute worst as far as scratches on disc. They probably use the same factory. I thought this one looked pretty good. We do have a 3-disc set. We got one 4K disc and then 2 Blu-ray discs. So for $30, this one I thought was a pretty decent deal. Criterion, especially for the quality control, and they also have horrible packaging issues on some of their box sets. Just dumbass packaging, just stupid, horrible. Like, are you literally doing this to piss people off type packaging where, you know, Criterion's supposed to be this top of the line company, and they're not. They're not, because they can't be. If they were that good, there's no way they would have released the, what is that guy's name? Wong Kar-wai or whatever his name. That packaging on that set is so stupid. I just can't even explain how stupid it is to you. I can't put it into words. Let me check on Layla. I thought I heard something. No, she's just laying out there. It puts all this pressure on the discs, and they're like in this like folder thingy, and they're just it's like it actually destroys the disc. You can't have that much pressure on the discs. And then they stick to the thing, and you pull them out, and there's, marks on it because it got slammed sandwich in there. Let's sandwich it in there and let's sell it for $200. I mean, it is that set has a lot of movies, and some of them that I've watched are really, really good. They might as well just piss and shit all over it. And then like the Bruce Lee collection, like cheap crap packaging, and that's not even one of their worst. Like, that's not too bad. I also, the Godzilla packaging, the big thing. Oh, it looks so cool. It's dumb. It's stupid. And the discs fall through and they get like glue on them, I think, in that one. It's just, it's absolutely asinine. Criterion should be ashamed of themselves for their packaging, like those issues I just talked about, and for their quality control, their Mexican factory where it's just, they don't give a fuck about scratch discs. PMAC doesn't even swear much. PMAC's getting hot. George is getting upset. Anyway, let's get back to the order. You fired. Criterion, you're fired. You're fired. Get out. You're fired. Get out, Criterion. Bunch of freaking jokers. Arrow Video. Look at Arrow Video. Hard boxes. Hard outer box. Plastic case. Discs. I've bought a lot of Arrow Video releases. I don't think I've ever seen one scratch. And the only issue I remember seeing with the disc was that the outer edge didn't seem like it was properly filled in with whatever that coating is on the outside. That's the only, and it was on, I think, one disc, possibly two. I think one disc, though. And I have a lot of Arrow Video discs. A lot. I mean, I have box sets all through their Arrow, and then I got a lot of individuals. You never see a scratch on their disc. It's possible. It's possible. Scratch Factory and Criterion Collection, you should be ashamed of yourselves. And Scratch Factory, your customer service sucks ass. You're pieces of crap. Listen to me. If you work for Scratch Factory, you make decisions for Scratch Factory, you're one of these customer service people who says, oh, that scratch is 3/8 of an inch. It's not quite half an inch. I'm sorry, we can't replace it. You're a piece of trash. You're a piece of trash. And we have to do something about it, or they're going to keep making this worse. Layla's barking, let's get this done. She's getting upset too. She's getting upset too. She's pissed about Scratch Factory and Criterion Collection, Scratch-terion. These are the other two movies I picked, both 4Ks. For $25, it is Lone Star here on Blu-ray. More quality control crap. What kind of, why? So these sheets that they put in here, this artwork sheet, how does it get way the F down here? Like way down here. Who do they got doing this? Like, why? So you get, I mean, it's actually not too bad, but you can see the crease and it got a little bit of tear there. I mean, you don't really know too much about it. You don't really know because of like the different colors on this. It doesn't have, if this was like black at the bottom, you'd be able to notice it more, but because it has a bunch of different colors down there anyway, it's not really that noticeable. So it's okay. And the discs all had little scratches on them. Maybe the lighting where I wasn't that great either, but it's just, they actually weren't too bad, but like there's a little scratch there. Arrow Video discs never have those. Like these discs do not have to have those. But it's fine. It's nothing I'm going to complain about because it's not even worth my time really to do, especially for a little one. But so that one, looking forward to that, sounded pretty good. And then we got Martin Scorsese's After Hours, which I like this type of movie, like the type of movie that it is. It sounded pretty good. That kind of movie where it's like, it sounded like it's like one night and all this shit's going on, like kind of an action comedy sort of thing. I like that kind of stuff, and that's what it sounded to me like this was. 1985, 97 minutes. Lone Star's 1996, 135 minutes. I really like, you know, I got a 90s movie, I got an 80s movie. Love, you know, love those decades. And then these ones are both from 1993. This one also, you know, just maybe small scratches. They were better than I thought they would be, unless I'm just So this does have some scratches actually on the outer edge of it. Has just a bunch of scratches. Nothing huge, but just a bunch of tiny little scratches that are not that great. But I mean, it's not going to affect the playback. It's just kind of annoying. But again, probably nothing that I'm going to make a big deal about, because it's not worth my time to do it. And if they send me another one, could very well be scratched also. But we'll see. Sometimes it does you good to complain that you end up getting more than you think you're gonna. I mean, they've sent me a whole new movie with case and everything unopened before, so who knows? Maybe it's worth it, but probably not. So that's it. PMAX moving on. Got to go tend to the doggy. I'd really appreciate if you guys come and join me and Basement Blues Tony on Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for PMAC, Tone Zone, no holds barred, anything goes. Nah, not quite. We'll see you next time on PMAC Movies.